Hey friends, it's Melissa Bailey, your East Valley area real estate expert. And one of the questions I get asked all the time is, Melissa, can you help me buy land? Well, the answer is absolutely yes, I can. Land is actually one of my specialties. But here's the thing. A lot of people don't realize what really goes into purchasing raw land. And if you're not prepared, it can get extremely expensive very quickly. So today I want to walk you through the biggest things you need to know before you buy land, especially here in Arizona and around the Phoenix metro area. First, let's talk about financing. I get a lot of people and they say, I want to finance land. If you're planning to finance land, most banks require 20% down, sometimes more. Land loans also have stricter rules than home loans. Most banks require that you plan to build within 2 years. If your dream is to just sit on the land long term, that may not line up with what traditional financing requires. Next, one of the biggest misconceptions I hear is, I'm just gonna buy land and live on it in my RV. I totally understand the appeal, the freedom, the space, nature, and sunsets. But here's the reality. Most of the outlying areas around the Phoenix area have zoning laws that do not allow you to live in an RV or a motor vehicle on raw land. Many jurisdictions require a permanent structure in order for you to live on the property, and that usually has to include at least 1 bedroom and 1 bathroom. This is not a loophole situation. Zoning, city, and county rules matter, and they vary by the location where you want to purchase. So let's talk about a huge money item that surprises almost everyone, and that's the infrastructure. If the land does not already have water and electric, those costs can be shocking. I had a client under contract on 3 acres. The seller told us that there was water at the property. Once we did our due diligence and had the survey, we found out that the closest well was a mile away. Drilling your own well may be an offset to that, but that's a huge cost. Depending on how deep they go, it can cost anywhere from $20,000 to $70,000, depending on the depth and location of the well on the property, and that's just for water. Now, hauling water could be an option, and there are companies that will come out and refill your tanks regularly. But let me tell you, the amount of water that a typical household uses every single day will blow your mind, and it adds up fast, and logistically and financially, that could be out of the range of your budget. Now, the next thing is electric. Electric companies charge per linear foot to add electric to a property. In the situation where we were under contract, we were several yards from the nearest point where the property could tie into the electricity on the land. And just alone, that number ended the deal because it was $150,000 to bring electric to the property. Now, solar is an option, but solar is not free either. A basic solar setup can easily run you anywhere between $30,000 and $50,000, and then you typically have to build or create a storage for those. So with your down payment, water, electric, septic, and permitting, those costs can easily stack up, and this is why I always recommend having a good strategy before buying land. Interestingly, many of the people who reach out to me and want to buy land choose going a different path because it's a lot easier to finance a single family home or even a brand new mobile home on land. And they purchase land that is more affordable with the structure already built in and that infrastructure in place. So like for instance, the person on the 3.3 acre lot, we ended up finding a mobile home on almost 5 acres where everything that was already there for about $350,000, which is what all in would have been without even a house on it if we would have purchased the first lot. So I have strategies and know how to get you there if you're looking for space and land. Sometimes it's a home on acreage, sometimes it's other property that already has infrastructure. I appreciate you watching, and you can drop your comments in the messages below. I'm Melissa Bailey. I'm your East Valley area expert. Like and subscribe. I can't wait to hear about what you're looking to do with land.